Hello, you beautiful group of crafty babes. Today I'm going to try an idea that I saw from Treasure Books, and I'm going to kind of put a different little spin on it. A couple nights ago, I was too tired to really do anything, so I took out my cutter, and I took out some book pages out of this English country book that I had bought at a thrift store. And some of these pages, like this one, I won't use that page in a journal because, I mean, look at it. But there's things I'll use, like I like this up here, and I like the couch, and this, there is a pretty painting right there, and this mirror, fireplace, a doggy, the books and the flowers. So what I did was, I did keep this whole picture because look at how cool that is. I took a bunch of those pictures and I cut them into squares, rectangles, whatever I could get. Like this page was great. I had a whole bunch of cool things from this 4-poster bed. Like look at that. So she took a bunch of book pages like this too and did something similar, like, a table setup and a greenhouse wall, and I like the textures of these. So she took a whole bunch of these, and so I was thinking, I was like, what can I put these on to make them into embellishments? Well, ladies and gentle birds, let me show you what I figured out. Dun 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 dun. A tissue box, and I got a whole bunch of tulle that I got. I think this is tulle, right? This is considered tulle also, I think. That I got this a long time ago and I have not used any of it. So I thought that I could also use a little bit of that in what I'm doing. So I have a whole bunch of pieces that I've cut up already. And, I kind of like this picture on here, right? And I could make this into a journaling card. So I'm going to go ahead and find out what I did with my scissors in this giant nightmare. And I'm going to start cutting this up. But I have been watching so much of the Treasure Books videos. She is like such a wizard. She is like such a wizard when it comes to crafting. Of course, Lillian's like me. I'm a wizard. Am I a wizard? You could be a wizard too if you want, honey. So I'm cutting off the flaps. Usually I trim my boxes down. Can I put my bed now? No, and I'm making a video, so if you're gonna so I am going to cut this up. Okay. And I usually prep the boxes, and I keep them in a bin, which I have right here, but the last few I have not. So I really like that right there. Okay, now this might not, to you, this whole thing might not make sense, okay? You might be like, what the crap? But I'm going to show you. I am going to show you the nonsense in which we're about to create. So I made a potato salad today. And it was phenomenal, and I'll tell you my trick. I have learned that potato salad, I am not a big dill eater. Okay, once in a while, dill in like a soup or something similar, but overall, I'm not very, I don't season with a whole lot of dill, and I didn't have any dill in my house for the potato salad, because I feel like potato salad really needs a little pinch of dill. So I used Clausen pickles, and I cut them up and put it in there. And to some of you, you might be like, oh, I use pickle relish all the time, so that's not news to me. That's great, but I used kosher dill pickles to do it. And I was like, yeah, man. Just made my day. It made my day. Let me find some kind of little thread of some sort that I can use on this little buggy. I do have some of this right here. This cost me 50 cents. I don't know when, but whenever I bought it. And it's probably 50 cents because they taped the whole thing right to death. So anyway, yeah, if you want like a great potato salad, and I add a whole bunch of stuff to it. You know, I like paprika, and I used a little bit of celery salt because I like it salty, and I also like it celery-y, and I added celery too. So I had celery salt, I had a tiny little bit of very finely chopped onion because I don't like overly onioned salads, especially not with raw onion, and I don't think it was a sweet onion, but I don't think it was a really bad cooking onion. So I did taste it, and it didn't have that really strong taste. So I think that you know, I think that it'll be okay. Let's see if I can do this. That looks very nice. How am I going to adhere this? I guess my best bet is going to probably be Aleene's, right? I'll do it with Aleene's. So yeah, that was like really great. It was just a great way to kick off the summer is with a good potato salad. I always said that, a good potato salad. Seems like May is always the time I make a good potato salad, and then I get hooked on potato salad, and come August, I am like so over potato salad. But it came out really good, and I had to fight with my mom. She was like, your potato salad cannot be better than my potato salad. I'm like, oh yeah? Well, it is. And then I have this tissue box too, and I just happen to have tulle to also match that one. Like, what are the odds of this? Right? So, well, calm down with all the picture taking on there. The phone can only handle so much, okay? I don't know what part of this box I want to use, so I'm just going to kind of... cut it, and then we'll figure it out, I guess. Because I'm not going to use the part that says Scotty's. That's what I love about one of the many things. Dollar Tree has got some great tissue boxes. This is a Dollar Tree tissue box. I have 2 or 3 of them in there right now. Alright, so I have this big long piece. And I'm debating on whether or not to try... What did I just do with that roll of tulle? Oh, I threw it back here. I am debating on whether or not to figure out how to open this tulle, first of all. You know, this was only $1 at Christmas Tree Shop. Love Christmas Tree Shop. If I covered the whole thing, it would really not do anything besides just shimmery. So I'd rather accent it with shimmery, right? Isn't that how we do things around here? Alright, let's pick out a quick little picture to go with it. And I have a lot of garden pictures too, because I had a lot of garden-y things. There were a lot of country garden pictures. So I had a lot of that. I'm just taking a few out so that we have some to work with here. I'll do these pictures of these cabinets. These are nice. Hey, Lil, why don't you come in here and grab your pajamas so you can put them on? No, she's okay. Alrighty. Let's see. These are cool. These are like pillars. And I'll take that. The bouquet, the accent. There were a lot of really great pictures in that book. We'll start with that, okay? We'll start there with those 40 pieces of paper. Wow, I've already been on for 10 minutes. Who would have thought? So I have a chair, right? And if I cut this off, I have a chair. It's raining out. Pretty hard. I like the chair, okay? Usually I'm able to get most of this glue stuff off, but if I can't get it off, then I will cover that up, you know, to make it into like a journaling card. Let's see. This probably isn't the one for that, but you know what I do have a ton of are these, you know, the Walmart ones that they always have. These ones here, which, you know, I've been throwing these boxes away because I just have so many. So many. So if I do this and glue this down with glue, I'm not going to need that tool. I'm going to start with a piece of this, though. And, oh, it's folded. I'm going to get the wire out of it after I stick it through my finger. I need my little... I always suggest getting beader's tools if you don't have any, because you have no idea how handy these little tools are. And I know that you can buy, you know, small needle nose pliers and such at hardware stores, but they are not as handy and they are not as small as beaders. A beader's tool set, and you can get them at Walmart. You know, there's just a few things that I'm missing that I couldn't find in my stash, and it was really, really upsetting to me that I couldn't find it. So that is going to be on my to-buy list in the near future here. Wow, it is raining outside. I'm sure I just said that, but it really is. And I think Brian has both kids out there, so this is nice and quiet for Mommy. Okay, flip it over. Stick this down here. Oh, I didn't peel the box boogers off. Oh well. Is the baby outside with you? Is the baby outside with you? Yeah. I'll be out in a minute. Okay. I'm going to sit that on there for a minute, and I will be right back. So I have the Aleene's on here, and I'm holding this down so that it will, you know, adhere. And here's my first one that the bow is officially stuck. And I have a bunch of words that I printed out a long time ago. So I am going to open this up. Wrong one. I have a whole bunch of quotes too, but they are huge. I got to take my file and I have to take the file and shrink down the images, or the fonts, I should say. Alright, so she did this too, where she put the little words. She has a file on her video that you can download. I had made my own a long time ago, so I did not need to download hers, but I do need some distress ink that I apparently cannot get at. I'll just grab the first one I got to here, and my little doobie, like this. Okay. So I know that you can also back this any way you want. I might throw that down in the corner. It says beauty, in case you were wondering. I'm going to use the Aline since it's pretty glossy. I don't want to run into any glue stick trouble. And just stick that down in the corner. And, I could lace around the edges of it. I could put a little lace on it or something, but I kind of like this one just the way it is. So I'm going to keep that one the way it is. And I could hand sew around this, I guess. I did just buy a whole bunch of thread on clearance at Walmart. But I could also... Okay, honey, get your pajamas on. Alright, so rip that edge off of there. Stick this on here. I'm going to use the Alines on this picture.
What a beautiful, beautiful day today. Mom, am I going to surgery in my belly?
No. Hurry up and get dressed, okay?
Mom, when I get big, am I going to do a thing in my belly with just like that did?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Because it's only for boys.
No, girls can get them too.
But not a girl that named Lillian.
Just get dressed and don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine.
I'm gonna be fine when I'm grown up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting surgery in my belly when I'm grown up.
Nope.
Because I'll be scared.
I have this here, which I don't know if this will be too much little redness, but I'm gonna put my jar back on this for a minute. Good thing about having a glue jar is holding down the glued stuff. My next one, I have this pretty plant. And you can really back them on anything. There's nothing that really stops you from... I gotta turn my box around so I can see the napkin boxes that I have. Let's see what I've got in here. Do I have green? I don't even know what I have in here. I'll have to get a piece of green. I'll have to use this box that I haven't cut up yet. Okay. Put my cherry ribbon over there. And on this, I might go around the edges with this one. First, let's plan on where we're going to cut it. I'll cut it right here. Okay. And that's a wider picture, so I love being able to use these tissue boxes, though. This like really just warms my soul. I mean, I know I could use the tissue boxes for anything, you know, to make tags and stuff or whatever, but this is like, this works out very nicely because I feel like this is a nice way to decorate the tissue box, and it's a nice way to use the pretty tissue boxes. Hey, look, the run they did before the green was definitely purple. And I probably bought that one too because I go through a million tissues a year. I'm not kidding. I probably buy a 3-pack of tissues every couple of weeks. Especially lately, it seems like I'm going through a 3-pack a week, and I'm the only person in my house that uses tissues. Lily uses them once in a blue moon, but it's pretty much just me. I cut the wrong piece. Okay. So, Verizon sent me a text and told me that I get a bonus reward through 1-800-Flowers. How lucky am I? I could do it that way, but I'd have to cut it. But I could do it this way and not have to cut it. You thinking what I'm thinking? No cutting. Okay. Grab my glue stick. I don't know why I'm not leaving it out. Probably because I'd lose it in this nightmare of a desk that I have here. And glue, glue, glue. I have some picking up I gotta do this week. That'll probably be my job tomorrow. I will probably do some picking up tomorrow. Because I'm going to take some time for crafting tomorrow. Not just a half an hour at night before everybody goes to bed. So, let's glue that on. And take some of my... I have this lace here that's like really dark green. I kind of like it for the bottom of this. This isn't even a lace. I don't even know what you would call this. But I pick them up at thrift stores. I buy big bundles of random things. I like when I get the mystery ones, like Salvation Army has they do it in like a comforter bag. They fill it with all kinds of lace, and I have gotten some gorgeous things through there. And I have some lace that's like huge, huge pieces, and I have a ton of it. I like that on there. And I think I also want to put some up here to make it into like a little tag. What do you think of that? Let's cut this off about here. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's not going to cut. It's like, no, you cannot cut me there. And get rid of this piece of fray. And stick that on here. This is going to make a nice little journaling card. Stick this on here. I think I want to staple this. If I can get to my stapler. This is another project that I'm working on. These are, I glue scraps onto cereal boxes, and I haven't completely worked out how I'm going to do it yet, but I have an idea for these. So hold your britches. It's a coming. If I can staple this, I don't know if I got the coordination. Let's see if I have the coordination to get in there. I have to continue moving crap here. It's already almost glued. It's already almost glued on there with the excess glue I have. Let's see if I can get the staple onto the cardstock without getting it onto my finger. Hey, look at that. It worked. It worked. Now I can put a little something right here. A little button. Hi, I'm just kidding. It did not work because I have my stapler set on wide. I have you can change the tray on the bottom of your stapler to staple numerous pages or just a few. And due to the project I was using it for, I had it set to staple numerous pages at a time. So let's try flipping this around and we'll do this again. There we go. It went through that time. So it is not centered now. Way to go, me. But that's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's got to be centered. I'm sorry. I know I just put a staple puller in here, so let's grab the staple puller and try this for a third time. I'm sorry. But, you know, if you don't watch the mistakes, you'll make the mistakes. I am not a perfect crafter. I was reading in Junk Journal Junkies group, I think, about how people hate chatty people and people hate, you know, somebody who explains things too much and somebody who, you know, isn't prepared and doesn't have everything right there on their desk and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, that's as centered as I'm going to get it. And I'm like, wow, I hope these people aren't watching my channel, because my channel, you know, and they hate people that screw up and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I hope you're not watching my channel, because all of these things that you guys hate is exactly what I do all the time. I screw up and I, you know, I ramble on, and whew, people would hate me if they are watching my channel. They'd hate me, hate me, hate me. So I'm just hoping that none of those people watch my videos, especially not my last one where I was choking to death. Haha, my choking video. I'm going to put this down the sides. I have to get my sewing machine, like, I have to start liking sewing is what it boils down to, because I don't like it. But people make such beautiful things when on the sewing machines. I just have to learn how to like it. Like, I've already resolved myself to the fact that I don't enjoy drawing or like painting, you know, art wise. I've never excelled at that stuff. And learning is just not something that's appealing to me, because I know that anybody can learn how to do it and anybody can this, that, and the other thing. But there does have to be some kind of natural draw to it. And I love looking at it, and I love watching people do it. You know, I love seeing these doodles and these art journals and stuff. It is like so amazing. I do like that. I do like it, even though it's not 100% even and straight. I might put a piece down on the bottom, because I can. But I mean, I love watching people do their art journaling, but I just don't think it's something I'm interested in learning how to do. And like, my brother is a natural talent for it, and my aunt and my dad was very good at it. And I know that I have relatives on my mother's side that are very artistic. But painting and drawing and stuff never came natural to me. It never called to me, I guess. paper called to me from when I was a little kid. I collected pens and stationery from when I was a little kid, notepads, stationery, pens. My mother used to get so mad because I wanted, you know, like I'd get to get a toy or something, and it was always craft supplies, you know, like a craft kit or of some sort, or I went for stationery every time. And then there was a brief period of time that I was working for the Verizon Verizon cell phones in Staples. So I was buying Staples clearance every single day. Staples clearance. I like that. I do like that. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care. I think it looks pretty okay. Let's see how my pink one's doing. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Alright, so I'm going to cut this off down here. As straight as I can get it since nothing is straight. And cut off this excess bump here. Okay. And let's lace around the edge of this, the whole thing. Oh, we are going the full Monty. Okay, let's see. I'm going to add little words to these two. I'll do a few of them and then we'll throw some words on. How's that sound? But like my brother, when he was a kid, he used to draw figures, you know, like action figures or something, and then cut them out and play with them. He had paper action figures. And they were cute. Like I have some of his doodle pads here. And if we talked, I would send them to him, but we don't talk, so I hold on to them. I mean, I'm not going to throw them away. I'm not a monster. So I will send them to him. I will someday. Someday, someday. Let's see, I like that. My husband has both girls in bed with him watching cartoons. So cute. And it gives Mom a little bit of time. A little bit of time for Mom. Since, you know, I take care of them all day. It is nice to have a little bit of me time. I imagine that when you're gluing this stuff, this is where the Fabri-Tac works very nicely. I have a list of things that I have to buy at Hobby Lobby or Joann's or Michael's with coupons, and Fabri-Tac is one of the things that I will buy with a coupon. But I can't just buy it. You know, I mean, even at Walmart, it's just too much money for my blood. I am cheap. I did realize, though, that Walmart no longer sells these Aleenes that are in this bottle that you can put upside, you know, tip upside down. I was very discouraged about that because I tell people to buy that and they're like, oh, I don't see that one at Walmart. I bought this one like 4 or 5 years ago now. I'm very sorry that I have been misleading everybody so bad. That looks so cute with the chair. Put this on it. Lay the Aleenes down on it. Maybe I can get it all to stick. And if not, then I'll just have to dig out my sewing machine. That's all there is to that. Let's think about what I want to do next. I might want to do, I have a lot of colors. And I have this orange box that I can use for like this. I think it would look nice if I used the orange, right? I could trim it, I guess, so I can fit it. Hello? What's the matter? What's the matter? My water's on the table.
No, it isn't. I don't see it on the table.
Go check the counter. I ripped it. Yeah? Okay. I have to go help my husband get the baby down for bed, so I will be back again. Alright, so I was able to cut this down. Okay. And I am going to glue this on here. Ooh, I almost dropped the cap. But I'm sure it caught it. I just love being able to use the tissue boxes for this. Ooh, that's pretty mangled right there. Okay. See if we can scoot all of this over the right way. And I like how it hangs off the edge a little bit. I think that is so cute. I'm debating on whether or not to just leave this like that. Let's see how it would look if I cut the other sides. Let's try cutting this. Let's see how this looks before I... Oh, I like that better. I do. Okay. So we'll do this. And do that. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's pick a word. Let's see. I have a lot of, there are a lot of people that have words that you can print off. So, don't feel like I did this a long time ago before people were giving away words, So I just made my own, and I found a whole bunch of quotes on Pinterest, and I made a document of those, but the quotes that I did are huge, apparently. They are like gigantic. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all of those huge quotes. Oh, I forgot to ink this. Isn't that always the way? I'm going to ink it anyway. I'm going to ink it anyway. Let's dip this here. I thought I still had some ink left, but apparently I don't. Very nice. Even though you can't see much of the tissue box on this, it's still, the orange in the background still looks really pretty. So, masterpiece. I like that. And this here, would make a nice journaling card, or you can use it as a tuck spot or a pocket somewhere. I like that. Let's put a word on this one that we did. What word can we put on this? Summer. This reminds me of summer. I'm going to ink this one first, I promise. So, maybe I'm not going to ink it. Maybe I'm going to send it across the room. I do know that most of you hold on to your tissue boxes, okay, that are pretty. And if you're hoarding them like me, because you're not 100% sure what you're going to do with them, then upside down. This is a great way to use them up and to get rid of images. And like, on Treasure Book, she says use magazine images, which me, I got tons of those. So, you could use magazine images, you can use whatever you want. And you can even add more to this. She had like flowers and things, and I don't have stuff like that, so I just use what I got. I mean, I have paper flowers that I made, but I don't have a whole lot of small ones to put on these. They're all pretty big flowers. So I made these 3 today, and you know, another thing that she did was she took cereal boxes pieces, you know, which this is just like that, and she put a piece of fabric over it first and then put an image down. So that's an option that you have. And she did a lot of sewing, which I don't have, I'm not set up for right now. Oh, let's finish our last one. We'll add a word to this one. And I'll add a little do-do-do. Let's find a word. Let's find a word. What do I get? What do I get? Let's see. We'll put shine on there. Okay. Oh, forgot to ink again. Don't be like me, guys. Ink before you glue. Ink before you glue. Shine on, ladies. Alright. I want to put some kind of little floofy out of here. So this one I think I will punch a hole in it. And I'm on the hole, I think, on my crocodile. This is like, I love this thing. This thing just completes my life. Sorry, crocodile, you probably just got covered in glue. And I'm going to cut some of this, my 50-cent ribbon. Not a lot. Just a piece. And there's that. I think they're cute. I like the way they come out. Now I just gotta let them dry. So I'll put them aside so that they can dry. I have no clue how they're right in front of me. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Ta-ta for now.